Hi, Mike here with another Mike's Tackle Box. Today I wanted to go over winterizing our boats. Now here along the northern Gulf of Mexico, we wouldn't go through some of the extreme measures that one would need to if he lived up north. We're probably only going to end up putting our boat up for a month or two, maybe more, depending on what your fishing preferences are. But there are a few tips that would make your transition back from storage to boating a lot simpler if you follow a few steps in preparation to your winterizing. One of the simplest first things we can do is to put the motor back down into an upright position. One thing this will do is to help protect these rams from corrosion and rust from prolonged exposure to the elements. The other thing it's going to do is to dump all the excess water that's been trapped in the engine compartments and all the cooling system and the lower end, get it out. That way if we have any hard freezes, we're not going to be too concerned about anything having cracked from the ice in it. Another thing I'll go ahead and do at this point is to open the engine compartment. Check it for any issues that may need to be addressed at this particular point in time. A lot of engine manufacturers will also recommend perhaps that you change out both the engine oil and the gear oil in the lower end before you put it up, in case any moisture has gotten into the system over the summer. That way you don't have any problems whenever you get ready to put your boat back in the water in the spring. Something else that's good to have is a good rust inhibitor. I always like to spray down any components that might be subject to rust or corrosion before I put it up for storage. It's also a good time to check your batteries. Check your water level in them and the terminals to make sure you don't have any excess corrosion. And it may be a good idea to go ahead and put a little bit of corrosion inhibitor on those. It's all about water and ice. Might be a good time to change that fuel filter. Also, if you have any pumps like this raw water washdown, be a good idea to make sure that all the water's been purged out of it. You might even use low pressure from an air compressor to make sure all the water's been purged from the system. There's nothing like putting your boat in the water and finding it sinking because the filter on one of the pumps has broken during a freeze. Get the bow of that boat up. You want to make sure that all those compartments and everything are fully drained before you have any freezing weather. You might even need to put a couple of blocks under the front wheel to get the front of the trailer high enough that any residual water sitting in live wells or anywhere inside the hull will run out. A good fuel stabilizer is a must for prolonged storage. Sta-Bil also comes in an ethanol formula for those of you that use ethanol fuels. If being stored off-site or in a boatyard, security measures like this hitch lock or this wheel lock are a good way to keep someone from stealing your prized possession. Other security measures like removing the prop, taking any valuables or tackle off of the boat, as well as making sure any hatches are locked, are a good way to make sure your boat's safe. Another thing you want to do is to make sure you have a good engine cover. Primarily you want to make sure it completely covers the intakes on the engine. Keep birds and other critters from getting in there and really fouling things up. Well, I believe I about have everything done. The only thing left to do is to give it a good scrub and put the cover on it. I hope you found this video helpful and useful. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to email me or leave a comment in the comment section below. Y'all have a great day, and y'all be safe out there.